Yeah, I think that's the way. Like I said, it should be. Like I don't disagree. You're like totally right. Like how paper trail works. It's a lot easier to control. It's a lot easier to make sure that it doesn't get in the hands of
I
someone
mean,
who isn't going to use it properly, right? Without being like directly involved with it.
to be absolutely like candid with this, Edward Snowden, the reason he had to take files from the CIA and transport them to Savage or whatever the guy is from fucking WikiLeaks for them to be published because of that exact fact. None of the files and none of the data banks for the CIA are online in any aspect. He had to
Yeah,
physically take a disk and take that disk out and download it
yeah.
for that reason, and that's how they knew that's how they knew he did it. It's their only way, because if someone could, yeah, because yeah, if someone could sneak
But
in,
that's
sneak out.
you're not wrong. I don't disagree. That's where I think though it's like it has to be like bills and certain laws. It's not something that's that people are gonna hack when you're passing votes on like bylaws and like council votes. You know, who should be in charge of certain ridings and stuff like that.
Does anyone remember? I mean, I'm sure you will, Insaniac, but do you guys remember years ago, maybe about 7 or 8 years ago, there was this huge thing where like they found this program in like tons of different smartphones, computers. They found it in a couple different satellites, and it was a program that did nothing, but it just downloaded itself onto millions and millions and millions of devices.
Oh, that's
I
not
think I
great.
remember
Oh
something like
yeah,
that.
Yeah,
I
and
don't
I
like
remember
remember
that at
hearing about
all.
that.
yeah, and it was like they showed you how to find it and delete it, but like they had
Yeah,
no idea what it was. No one had any idea what it was, but it was an actual program that for some reason, that just by the way they looked and the way they investigated it, is some hacker basically hacked into a satellite or a satellite array, implemented this program, and as the satellites went around and updated these smartphones and computers, instantly put that program onto your stuff.
Wow.
Yeah, it didn't take any data though, because I remember that was the huge thing, is they kept researching it to see if it was taking data or what data it was taking, and then they found out it wasn't. But I remember it was a huge story, and
Mhm.
like, and that was really the huge. That's really where my fear comes from. Like, if some
yeah,
hacker can can do that, you
yeah.
imagine if an entire government went online.
Yeah, well, I know what you mean because they could technically, someone could implement their like a hack law or something, but at the same time, that would be the point of having people monitoring the site and seeing something that doesn't make sense and thoroughly checking this kind of stuff. And it's always gonna, there's never gonna be
What? You
ever
need
gonna be a
human
system
error,
that's
or you
perfect.
need human too?
Yeah, because it's never ever gonna be perfect. There's computers always fuck up. People always fuck up. It's part of life, you know. Everything decays in a physical sense over time. Like it's you can't just have one or the other just take care of these things. We see how well that works now with online shit. You can't order things from Amazon with things being broken or having to resend and takes fucking forever. Like,
But we've also seen a huge. I mean, to re-argue your original point, we've also seen a huge change, and we've also seen a huge uptick in the ability to at least provide
it's
some sort of safety there. So it's not
it's
like
definitely gotten better.
it's definitely going there. I still think
Yeah,
we're 100 years out. 100. If I was born 100 years from now, it would be an interesting life. I'm pretty sure.
3 years in either direction, really.
No,
Yeah.
no, I would not want to be Sarah. I am a Jew. There's no way I want to be born 100 years ago. I
definitely not.
do
Yeah,
not.
definitely
I
not.
did not think
Yeah.
that through.
I am good.
We're at a good point where that's probably the worst time for that.
Let's move
Yep.
forward. I like the moving forward idea.
Yeah,
Yep.
100 years ago probably wasn't a good time for that.
For anyone else, maybe, but no.
I mean,
There's if you really want to know what it's like, there's a couple of stories and movies that talk about it. You know,
Oh, Sarah doesn't say much often, but when she does, sometimes it's hilarious.
John, go back 100 years, you'll
Don't
be
keep
fine.
track of everyone's racial backgrounds at every moment.
I just it doesn't matter.
Welcome to the world of DMing.
Oh man. No, I am because I mean I saw. Remember when they I think they had digital voting once in Canada, but it was for a municipal election, and the entire system broke down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It doesn't work.
It doesn't work right now.
That's true.
It could work.
Maybe
I
eventually.
just think
You have
I think that's where it needs to go.
If you try now, it'll just be Obamacare all over again.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I don't. I think that's why it needs to start out with something like it is a municipality kind of thing, like something small. It can't be like a federal election where a huge vote is literally hindering.
Or
working
you can,
perfectly.
you can vote over a week period online.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
So it's not
that would be right
a
away.
fucking nuts rush to but everyone's going to wait to the last minute. Everyone will wait to the last minute.
But that's up to them. That's totally.
I want to download my proof of vaccination, right? And even that took 15 minutes to get into the website because it was so busy.
Mine took 30 seconds.
Well, that's where you'd have it. You'd have a bill that's open for it. Would have a month that it would be open.
Yesterday morning when I woke up.
Well, I did mine 10-ish today, 9 or 10.
Yeah, mine
Maybe
took
11.
30 seconds.
You might say in a month you'd have 5 new bills, and every month it'd be rotating. Something like
that would get so
I just took
overwhelming.
a picture of my proof of vaccination.
Maybe 3 or 4, But either way, it would just have a few rotating by monthly bills that, or even longer. So you're not. I don't know how often things get voted on. It might take more time.
Oh my god, 3 or 4 monthly bills. That's a politician's dream.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be super real with you.
I was aiming so high.
I'm
Sorry.
gonna be super real with you. A politician, a career politician who's been doing it for 20 plus years, they will be lucky to see 3 bills go through.
I didn't know that I was aiming so high.
It takes forever.
My god, does it take forever?
And that's where online it could make it a lot faster.
No, because you're not fighting the populace at that time. You were trying to fight
you're building interest,
the scrupulousness of an entire field of old people,
politicians.
And the best thing about Canada, it's not old men, it's not old white men, it's just old people, because we have old women, we have old every races, but they're just old. They're really old. They're all really old, multicultural, and they all have the same mind. To take 10, oh my god, if you ever watch C-SPAN, Insanieac, to read one sentence it takes 5 minutes. It's ridiculous. And I know the lingo too, and I'm like, dude, I can read the whole fucking bill in 5 minutes. Why is it taking you an hour? And oh my god,
because they're old.
Yeah, that's exactly it. Because they want to make sure they enunciate every word.
Yeah.
Oh my god. At least funny. British Parliament, if you ever watch British C-SPAN, I guess it would be B-SPAN or whatever. British SPAN television or whatever. That's fun to watch. Because they lob insults at each other in the middle of them saying bills.
Ooh, it would be fun to watch Australia.
Australia?
Yeah, it's probably wild. Probably also full of insults, but more exciting ones.
Oh, you've never watched it. You're just assuming Australians are just crazy and just hit each other.
Yeah. Watches Australia is
I want that to be known to every one of our viewers. Sara Vike is the one that said that. And she just assumes that Australian Parliament is worse than British.
Sara Vike is also Australian, so...
So you're out of experience. I've been to family barbecues,
right? Yeah,
this must be what it's like.
No, but if you ever actually want to do yourself a favor, just watch clips on YouTube of just British parliamentary insults, and it's so well done because even though it's like just in Parliament, you'll have one guy says something random, and then his entire party will be like, woo, and start clapping in unison. And it's like one big episode of Jerry fucking Springer. It's it makes you wonder how anything gets done in Britain.
Yeah, that
That's
was
because they have a figurehead who thinks that they do everything.
You mean
Well, so do we, and it happens to be the same one.
what?
What a shock.
Oh,
I
Part of
thought-
the Commonwealth? Whoa.
The Commonwealth. I've heard
it's like I said this earlier.
I've heard of the oppressive territories inflicted on by a bunch of white Anglo-Saxon Britons upon 1/3 of the planet for their own.
Why, I'm also Australian.
Well, that's too bad. I'm sorry for you.
That's too bad. That's too bad, Sarah.
Yep.
You're
So,
just-
but
Yeah,
here's the
I'm
real
part
question.
Uzbeki. I don't think I'm going to go to Uzbekistan any soon and have them welcome me with open arms. Be like, yes, you belong here.
I mean,
Welcome
my
to our
family
land.
members would. Anyways, the real question, I think, though, is did today's election actually change anything? Like, what change is there actually in our government after today's election?
Do you really want me to look? I bet you none.
Not really.
It is
I've
not
been
a lot.
watching.
No
Yeah.
independence.
Yeah.
It's pretty much the same.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yay! We still have a liberal minority. What a shock. Who would have predicted that?
Did you know, I'm just looking at this just so I want to send the picture in the fucking in the Twitch and in the Discord. Just because it says live stream, the relaxing ASMR version of the Canadian election.
That's
I see
us.
that too.
Right?
We're
That's us.
ASMR. We can start.
There's an ASMR
Yes, we are.
election results. See, yeah, I agree, Insaniac. It's so dumb. I just want to shut off my camera too.
Sorry.
No, he left.
I was trying to find
He
the.
left as soon as we started doing
Section.
ASMR.
Oh my god, I gotta
I
copy
was trying
this.
to.
The
I was
numbers
trying to
are
find
going
one-
up. The numbers are going
Yeah.
up for the liberals.
All
Yeah,
right.
not by much.
They're not far. Well, last time I looked, it was 155. Now
If
it's
you are
158.
watching
They're not far
on
off.
Twitch, I have just posted the ASMR version of the Canadian election. Just to prove I wasn't joking. And in the
No,
Discord,
It really wasn't.
I'm gonna post it. So here you go. So we can all enjoy the ASMR version of this fuck.
You know what? Just for you, here you go. Here's the Bing version.
No!
Oh no.
The
Yes.
fact you use that search engine doesn't just hurt me, it hurts the old internet.
It
It
hurts
hurts
all of us.
You know what?
basically.
Actually, but to be fair, I will give you one thing. I saw a guy the other day, and I asked him to search something, and he clicked Yahoo. And I looked at him.
Wow.
Why
and
would you
said-
click Yahoo?
And I said, "What are you doing?" He's like, "Oh, I'm just going to search it up on Yahoo." I'm like, "What?" And he's like,
Never
"Yeah,
mind,
I
I'm
searched.
leaving."
I searched it on Yahoo." I'm like, "We did that when
Why?
I was 12. That site still works?" He's like, "Yeah, man." And he's like using Yahoo, and I'm like, "The
Oh, yeah.
fuck are you? are you human?"
I'm kind of curious how well Yahoo works now.
Did I turn you off, Bing? Oh yeah, Ask Jeeves is still around.
No.
Yeah,
I'm
Yahoo
doing
is
something, guys. I have to use Bing to find Yahoo because Yahoo doesn't exist apparently.
Oh no.
I think it's Yahoo Answers.
There's like Yahoo search.
Yahoo search. Let's look at this
So-
up.
On
Search
Yahoo,
first.
it let me search up Google. So now I have Google, Bing, I used Bing to find Yahoo. Use Google or Yahoo
Yep,
to find
there it is.
Google. And now let's see.
It's so
I'm gonna
sad.
find Bing.
Anyway, like
Yeah,
I
that's what
said,
I'm doing.
Keep a circle.
I saw some guy actually use Yahoo, like no joke, like not being just a shit about it, like someone we know. And I almost cried a little. I know the inside of me died slightly.
I feel
I
like that
love
happens to you at
looking-
least once a day.
What are they called? Like the areas for the elections. I can't find the word in my
The
brain right now.
zones.
They're called
Yeah,
ridings.
writings. I love looking at the writings and just being amazed at how giant and empty this country is.
Oh, how the bigger ones, it's just like the States, man. The bigger they are, the less people there is. The
Exactly.
smaller they are, the more people. That's why it's
It
like in
It's just
Toronto.
astonishing, really, though. Like,
In like Toronto, the only city that most people know, there's like 40 ridings. And then
Yeah.
there's only 56 in our entire province.
yeah. And then in the territories, they each have one,
Yep.
despite stretching to the
Yep.
Arctic Circle.
One riding for 257,000 people. And then in Calgary and in Toronto, there's a riding that's like 5 blocks and it's for 50,000. It's not even the same amount of people. Like there's some ridings that have 50,000 and some that have 250. It does. It's
Ridiculous.
like
It's not.
the
Doesn't make
like
sense.
you can't even tell me that it's by representation by population equally
it's
done
not.
across. It's not.
It's not.
It is.
At least it's not
No.
gerrymandered like in the States. Still,
Wait, where do you think that word came from?
I don't know.
Gerrymander. Gerrymander was an Alberta,
Salamander.
Gerrymander was an Alberta politician in 1952, the first one to ever gerrymander. Gerrymandering has been
Yeah.
legal in Canada ever since.
I see.
I don't even know what that means.
But it doesn't,
I'm
like,
gonna-
we can't change it. It stays
so-
the same.
For anyone out there like Insanieac who doesn't know what gerrymandering is. So
Really?
Yes,
gerrymander.
tell me what gerrymandering is.
Gerrymander, an Alberta politician back in 1950. He eventually decided, as he knew the premier at the time, which I believe was either Lougheed or I
It's
can't
longer
think.
context than I think.
Anyway, it doesn't matter. So he told the premier at the time. He realized that lines between, like the election lines between different parts of the country and different parts of the province, are subject. Whoever the ruling government is at the time is completely allowed to redraw the lines. In other words, change the ridings.
Yeah.
And so he did that, and he won. And then he did it again in the next election. And magically, even though the popular vote was for the other guy, he still
He
won.
still won. Yeah.
Yep. Because he put all his votes where their votes were. So no matter what, he won the more ridings. And there is a legal amount
It became
of
it became
ridings.
it became a risk game for him
Yeah.
at that point.
You can't change the amount of ridings, but you can change the ridings. So if you wanted to be an absolute cock because you wanted to lose an election, you could turn all of Canada into one riding and then have your other 235 ridings in like little tiny 5-block specks all through Vancouver. You could have Vancouver decide the election just because you
Oh,
know
that'd be
all your
great.
support's in Vancouver.
That would be fascinating.
But
I
they
did not
never let
realize
you,
how
because then you
massive
get
my
taken to
riding
court.
is.
The way they fight against that is you can actually be taken to court, and
Yeah.
it's not that you're not allowed to gerrymander. This is called election rigging at that point, because you're basically rigging the election so that no matter how all of Canada could hate you, 90% of the country votes against you, but they're all in one riding, and then you have all the other ridings for you. That's
Yeah.
kind of seen as illegal. But
Yeah.
no, gerrymanders
That
also
would
he then
be like a form of monopoly almost.
he then because he was so smart, he then moved to Texas and took his form of elections to Texas, and then thus gerrymandering was born. And so that is what gerrymandering is: legal corruption,
Fascinating.
illegal
Yeah.
legal corruption.
You want to know something? Something kind of hilarious. NDP actually did end up second in my area in my riding.
So
It's funny.
Which
ha
one?
ha ha.
Okay, whatever. Which one? Like which riding?
Well, she's an
The
area.
very
which-
large
Don't
one.
say it.
I blanked. I'll be
Yeah,
honest.
no,
Don't
not
say
going
No,
to.
I blanked. Which one did the thing?
NDP.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I just blanked for a second there.
We're not going to tell that the riding's a lot smaller
No.
than a city. I'm fine with saying what city I live in, but I'm not going to tell them what riding. All of a sudden, that really narrows
That's fair.
down where I live.
Yeah, no, I'll be honest. I just blanked for a second and I was like, yes, colors. Wait, what?
Colors.
And
pretty
jumping for
colors.
joy.
Well,
No.
yay! What an effective day, an effective election. So much changed.
No, in reality,
All the
this was
change.
Great.
just a barn burner. That's why I called it the Electorection, because it was so someone got hard, but it wasn't any of us.
What were they even
You
trying
don't know
for? Did
that.
they really think they could get a majority government? Because
Yes. With a 30-day notice of an election.
I don't
32 days.
feel like there was ever any chance of that. It just seems stupid.
There's
So?
this thing that was saying it could be the official thing could be late due to mail-in ballots.
Yeah, there's still but there's not enough to swing it.
No.
No.
Not enough.
I
If
don't know.
there was
that's just what I'm hearing.
yeah, but there's only 50,000.
There's a lot more mail-in ballots this year than any year, to be honest.
I still only heard maybe the number's bigger, but I only heard about 50,000, which is still more, but it's still not.
I don't know the number. I just know it was more.
If it was closer to maybe 100 or 200,000, a real big number, that would that might have some swing. But it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
No, in the end, the to those who don't live in Canada, the left of center won, which means every single party in Canada, because we're all left of center.
Nobody really technically won. We all
Everyone
lost
wins.
for playing this popularity game.
Hey, you know what? The sexy guy won.
Which
Yeah,
one?
I guess.
He's bringing
And
sexy
he-
back.
Kind of done
Bachelor! Woo!
Who is the next?
Who the fuck cares, dude? Who the fuck cares?
Oh
That
man,
would
did
be
any of you
way
guys
better.
watch the videos that all of the different political parties put out on the different issues?
No.
No.
Yes.
We watched them in class because I work with grade 9s, and so they were learning about elections and stuff.
Oh God! Did they do a
What
mock
was it?
election?
Yeah, they did. Conservatives won.
Oh,
Big
thank God.
shock, right?
Oh, thank God. God.
Anyways, the conservatives did these really beautiful, professional, great looking videos with detailed answers. The
Yeah.
NDP did theirs from a hotel room, but it looked good. It was he gave good answers that were complete at least. Trudeau did his from a moving bus, and you could barely hear him.
Yeah. I remember that one.
Yeah, and the Green Party did theirs from some nondescript room somewhere with a terrible, crappy quality webcam that the video and audio were not synced. There were random people sitting in the background, and these were short videos, short little clips. The whole thing couldn't have taken more than half an hour. And one guy fell asleep in the background of this video campaigning. And then the Green Party did not answer the question on the environment.
The Green Party, just so everyone knows, the Green Party has been the funniest party in Canada this year.
They have.
The leader got kicked out because she was racist.
Yeah.
The second leader of the Green Party, the party that's about the environment, the second leader got kicked out because he was racist. So no one knew who was leading the Green Party because they were unequivocally racist for some. The most the most racist thing in Canada is the Environmental Party. What is
Why?
that? It's so funny.
That's too funny.
The
That is so
leader
funny.
of the NDP is a wonderful, nice guy named Singh, who I've never met, but seems like a wonderful guy. You know what I
does.
mean? But
Yes, he has a TikTok. That's
yeah, and
weird,
it's actually pretty
but-
good.
It was.
I would never vote
Yeah.
for him, but it looks pretty good. And Peter
he seems
O'Toole,
like a nice person.
Peter O'Toole's a very soft-spoken man. I've actually met him. Very nice guy.
Is his name Aaron?
What?
What's his name?
Isn't it Peter O'Toole? I always forget
I
his
thought it
fucking
was
name.
Aaron O'Toole.
Aaron O'Toole. Sorry. Thank you.
Yeah.
think of the nursery rhyme Peter O'Toole. So let's just ignore that. Anyway, I've met him. Very nice guy. Very soft spoken guy. And then I've met. No, I haven't met Trudeau. Thank God. But no, like it's
Thank
just.
God.
But no, like it's
Okay,
just
right.
it's been a laugh and a half this year at hearing how the Green Party, the party that's supposed to be like the most happy, and this is the best part. If you look up the Green Party Canada, their actual symbol is a green peace symbol.
Yep.
Yeah.
And they're
It's so
racist
funny.
as fuck.
What is it about them that attracts racists? Like, you wouldn't.
Well, that
Like,
was just
why?
their leadership, right? Who knows from there what happens next?
But if it's their
Man.
two leaders, the two people, the one person who built the Green Party, the lawyer Elizabeth May, and then the guy who took over after her, both of them were extreme racists. Like
who knows what will happen afterwards, man? It's possible. It's a good likely possibility, but
it's just that was funny. That was a real like that's truly Canadian right there.
Canadian politics. It
Anyway,
just- yeah. It was-
we are now at the hour.
What an election.
Yay.
Well,
I would
Not
like to
even-
thank our
Not even
viewers.
point to it.
I'm sorry,
Which-
nothing
which
better
viewers?
to do.
we're
Our
not
viewers?
sorry. Yeah, nothing. better
I
to
am
do.
sorry,
We
nothing better to
appreciate you
do.
so much.
Thank you.
We
Yes,
appreciate you
we do
all.
appreciate you. Glad you spent it with us here. I am C4,
Check out the social medias.
Insaniac,
Check out the social medias:
Sara Vike,
Facebook, YouTube, Twitch,
Instagram.
podcast, BuzzFeed,
the Great Grease Goblin.
Really?
Buzzsprout. Sorry, not BuzzFeed.
I was just going to say, I would also like to thank Buzzsprout. We've been using them for over a year. I post
They're
in the chat
wonderful.
a link that you can use if you want to start a podcast for free. It's what we use. They're awesome. I mean, they help us do this and stuff. And yeah, I hope everyone has a great night.
They help us
Love you
have.
all.
I'm sorry
Conversations
about
with our
that. I
friends.
suck with audio. It's just been my
Maybe
day.
one day he'll get it right.
It's
Yeah.
just been my day.
But not this day.
Oh,
That
Any
actually-
day.
Okay.
Cut
It's
my
okay. We
finger
love him
open with a
anyways.
meat
He's still a
slicer.
pretty cool guy.
Forever fail.
Sometimes.
Cut
Sometimes.
my finger open with a meat slicer. Work 12 hours today.
Exactly.
Work
He's
tomorrow
tired.
at 8
Maybe cut him some
a.m.
slack.
Do yourself a
baby.
Do yourself a favor, friends. Never own a
Flavors.
fucking bar.
Why not?
Flavors are right.